Magandang araw na naman mga kababayan. Dito sa Amerika where we are based at together with my partner, Mr. Dan Nino, the former president of the Los Angeles Filipino-American Press Club. Bumabalik po kami after a while tapos ng eleksyon sa United States na kung saan meron ng nanalo at ang Republican candidate sa pamamagitan ni Ginoong Donald Trump. So we are back in harness again, coming to you at this time, December 12 in the United States, particularly in California where myself and Dan are based. Ako naman ay nandito sa San Francisco, California at si Dan ay nasa Los Angeles. Subukan namin itakal sa itong today's edition of Buhay Pinoy sa Amerika dito sa ating channel na Orodeo TV channel. Ang mga pangyayari ngayon dyan sa Pilipinas, ang totoo mga kababayan ay maraming Pilipino na nababahala sa mga nangyayaring gulo ngayon dyan. We have been in the headlines of newspapers in various parts of the world. Tayo ang pinag-uusapan ngayon sa gulo sa politika ngayon dyan sa atin. And the actors gulo na nangyayari dyan sa atin ay ating Vice President Sara Duterte, si Madam Sara Duterte. On the other hand, yung House of Representatives. At nadamay na rin tuloy dito ang ating presidente, si Presidente Bongbong Marcos. To say the least, kami ay nababahala rin sa mga nangyayari sa atin dyan at kami ay nasasayangan dahil the Marcos and the Duterte tandem noong election 2 years ago for the presidential and vice presidential and national elections ay akala namin ay ito na ang dream team. Ang dream team na which can usher in progress and stability in our country. On the contrary, now after 2 years of their administration, our Vice President parted ways with the President. We will not comment on the reasons why she parted ways because she may have reasons we do not know that she decided to part ways with President Marcos. Pero yan ay hindi natin pag-uusapan yan dahil ang ating pag-uusapan yung nangyaring gulo sa pamamagitan ng investigasyon, if you can call it an investigation, hearings na nangyari dyan sa House of Representatives sa Pilipinas tungkol sa presidential funds so-called sa Office of the Vice President at saka Department of Education, where our Vice President was the secretary until she quit. Now, as a little backgrounder, there are, as you all know, there are 2 impeachment complaints filed in the House of Representatives, and they are awaiting action by the House of Representatives, whether to endorse the same by garnering what is being voted about as 106 votes. In other words, 1/3 of the composition of the House of Representatives. So that the lower house can validly endorse this to the upper chamber, which is the Senate, which will act as a prosecution, an impeachment court. And our senators will be senator judges before this impeachment court. Now, anong masasabi mo dito, Dan, sa mga nangyayari sa Pilipinas? The question is, is it to impeach or not to impeach? But before that, Bumati ka muna.
Yes, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat sa aming YouTube, sa lahat ng mga kapwa natin Filipinos, not only from the Philippines but worldwide. As you know, Ted and mga kababayan, we are also alarmed here in the United States of what's happening in our homeland. Kahit nandito na kami sa ibang bansa, we still care and love our homeland, the birth of our selves. We were born in the Philippines, but now we are in the United States, particularly in California, and we still care for our country. So we are alarmed with this so many problems going on now, and of course there is a public betrayal of public trust. So yun ang ating gustong malaman, dahil kaya ang Pilipinas ay hindi umaasenso dahil hanggang ngayon meron pang mga corruption na hindi may paliwanag kung nasaan napunta yung confidential and intelligence fund. Kaya dapat nating suruin, dahil alam mo Ted, ang isang bansa na nabasa ko lately, kahit na maliit, kung ang pamahalan o ang namamahala ay maganda ang kanilang pamamahala, aasenso. Katulad lang sa Singapore. At first, Singapore was a backwater country, it's a city-state. Pero maunlad dahil walang korupsyon. Sila ngayon ang sa Southeast Asia, sila ngayon ang namamayagpag at economically advanced country. Ang Switzerland naman, napakaliit ding bansa, pero napaka-progreso. They only have 4 months to harvest or to grow their produce, but napaka-progreso nila. Parang ang Switzerland ay parang kasilaki lang ng Luzon. Pero because of their banking system at honest and good ways of administering their governance, their government, maunlad sila. Pero ang Pilipinas, we have all the natural resources. And this country, as I mentioned, they don't have that much resources, but they are so progressive. And not only that, also, Ted, ang Monaco is only about 5 square miles.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Monaco, yes.
But they're so progressive because there's no corruption there. Pero ang Pilipinas, we have all the natural resources, but still, because of what's happening, the corruption, yung mga leaders natin nangurakot. So I cry within myself dahil gusto ko sana rin ang ating bansa ay katulad ng ibang bansa na napuntahan ko na. So ganun ang aking feelings, Ted, na kailan pa kaya aasenso ang ating bansa?
Yes, naintindihan ko yung feelings mo pare, at actually you're not alone. Marami akong nakausap na mga kapwa natin Pilipino dito sa Amerika, and they share the same feelings as yours and as mine. Kasi tayo na naman ang pinag-uusapan ng buong mundo, and we feel bad. I feel bad about what's happening, and but to be fair to the Vice President, hindi pa naman siya guilty. But my hope is that she will face the charges, and one of the most immediate now na avenue for her to face the charges against her involving her confidential funds, which by the way is totaling 612.5 million pesos, both from the office of the president and her cabinet uh, position as Secretary of the Department of Education, which she had quit. 500 million yata ay sa Office of the Vice President at saka the balance came from the budget of uh, confidential funds budget of the Department of Education. Now, narinig ko sa isang interview dahil madalas ang interview ni Vice President Duterte.
Okay,
Sabi
yes.
niya
Okay,
after she was interviewed pagkatapos ng naipila ang dalawang impeachment complaint, one by civil society groups which was endorsed by Congressman Percival Sendanya. Kababayan mo yun, taga Pangasinan, pare.
Yeah.
I think that guy is a relative of the late Gregorio Sendanya,
Malamang.
Media Affairs Minister of President Marcos Sr. before.
Yeah.
And then after 1 or 2 days, I think 2 days, the second complaint was filed by Makabayan,
The Progressive Club, the
Progressive
Progressive
Bloc, and
Bloc of
led by former Congressman Teddy Casino, my namesake.
right.
Who I think is one of the leaders of the Bayan, the left-leaning Bayan
Bayan Bloc.
organization. And this
Right.
was subsequently endorsed by the Makabayan Bloc congressman, actually congresswomen, in the person of Representatives Brusas and Castro. And there's another one, I think, I forgot her name. Now, to be fair with Vice President Sara, she said in one of her interviews that she welcomes the filing of the impeachment. And that is a good sign. And the most immediate avenue for her to clear herself.
Yes.
Bigyan siya ng tsansa na ipahiwa rin her shoes, and I think she's willing to undergo this process.
Yeah.
Let's wait for this process to happen. And what do you think, Dan? Are you in favor for this impeachment moves by two groups in the lower house to prosper in the face of what seems to be of interest on the part of President Marcos?
Yeah. Okay. Alam mo, kaya
Okay.
ayaw, from the president's point of view, he doesn't want to appear that he is endorsing this impeachment move because, of course, delicadeza, but I think, and I believe that this impeachment process should prosper so that the vice president can be given an avenue to explain her side. And as we know, in the Quadcom hearing and the Committee on Good Governance, in the aid of legislation, yung mga resource persons, hindi nila maipaliwanag kung ano nangyari, kung yung special disbursement officer, hindi niya maipaliwanag kung anong role niya at kung nasaan napunta yung pera, pati yung security officer doon, hindi rin niya maipaliwanag kung saan napunta yung pera. So, hindi mo maipaliwanag. So, kung mayroong impeachment process, doon mapupunta kung paano, kung saan napunta yung confidential intelligence funds. And it was spent in 7 days instead of 10 days because you have to exempt the weekends. So the Filipino people and the public should know what happened. ito pera ng ating mamamayan, ito pera
Right,
ng bayan.
right.
Hindi pera ng personal pera ng Vice President at hindi rin pera ng mga kanyang mga staff, kundi Pilipino. Ted. So kailangan ito'y ma-pursue para may paliwanag nila. In fact, nila nung I sleep late in the evening because I follow
Oh,
this
oh. Kagaya mo,
this
kagaya mo. Oh, yeah.
hearing.
Yung hearing, oh.
Oo, so kailangan nilang may paliwanag kung saan napunta kasi kung hindi mo ito, kung pababayaan mo ito, Ted, wala namang mangyayari sa ating bansa.
Actually, yes.
Pababayaan na lang natin ito. It will uh, it was corruption, if it persists, cannot improve the living conditions of our country. Kaya ako'y
Ah,
nainggit ating sa iba't ibang bansa na napuntahan ko dahil sila very prosperous at alam mo rin, Teddy, sabi nila kung matagal ka ng isang bayan ay malamang na asenso ka or you will develop your prosperity. But hindi rin eh. Kasi alam mo, ang Egypt, isang pinakamatandang country yan sa mundo pero naghihirap pa rin. Ang India, ganon. At sabi nila, but ang Canada, ang Australia, ang America, New Zealand, they just, these countries were founded about 150 or more years ago. Pero maulad sila. Pero itong mga na-mention ko, at ang Pilipinas hindi umulan, ang Egypt din, ang India hindi rin ganoon kasi may talamak ang corruption at anomalya ng ating mga leaders.
well, actually, to clarify pare, ang security officers ni Vice President in the person of Colonel La Chica sa Office of the Vice President at si Colonel Nolasco sa na security officer niya sa Department of Education na sila ang itinuro ng dalawang special disbursing officers as in the person of Gina Acosta sa Office of the Vice President and Mr. Edward Paharda sa Department of Education. Sila ang itinuro nila na pinagbigyan nila ng pera, ng confidential funds. As per instruction daw ni Vice President Duterte.
Correct.
Itong dalawang SDO or Special Disbursing Officers made their direct testimony sa House of Representatives during these hearings. But I don't know why after that, tinapos na ng Quadcom is composed of 4 committees. Ang hearing nila hindi nila pinatawag yung dalawang security officer. And now, what the chairman of the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, Congressman Joel Chua of Manila, is saying, hindi na nila kailangan pang ipatawag na mag-testify sa Congress ang dalawang security officers dahil yung Armed Forces of the Philippines, of which they are much a part of, is conducting its own probe on these 2 officers. And so they will just allow daw yung Armed Forces of the Philippines to continue the probe insofar as the 2 security officers are concerned. Medyo nabitin tayo because dapat there should have been another hearing now involving yung dalawang humawak ng pera. Kaya tingin ko anticlimactic ito. Itong ginawa ng Congress.
Kasi naman, after this investigation in the aid of legislation, at saka pag naipasa na ito sa Senate, lalong mabubusisi ito.
Yes.
ah,
Gosh, in the person of Representative Jinky
Jinky
Luistro,
Castro.
who is a lawyer.
Yes.
Napanood ko siyang in-interview ni Pinky Webb. You remember, of course,
Yes.
Pinky Webb. Ka-generation
Of
natin
course.
yan. Sikat na
Yeah.
sikat yan until now.
Ilan siya? Pati si
He's now,
Cristina Constantino.
yeah. But Pinky Webb had an exclusive interview with Congresswoman Luistro. Yes, a few days
Mhm.
ago, and it was a very interesting interview she conducted. At alam mo, kung si Pinky Webb ang magtanong, he asks interesting and sharp questions and even sharper follow-ups. Kaya
Yeah.
nag-take down notes ako at maraming naisagot si Congresswoman Luistro that is very interesting to hear. At
Of
tinanong ni
course, yeah.
Pinky Webb kung anong mga charges na pwedeng i-file. And she said, perjury,
Mhm.
bribery, and graft and corruption. Isang charge daw yun. At
Aha.
plunder. Bare tatlong charges. But,
Yung betrayal of public trust. Kasama dyan.
yeah,
Betrayal of public trust.
doon sa betrayal of public trust, that's embodied in the impeachment complaint filed yung dalawang grupo sa lower house. But in the
Okay, good.
in the opinion of Congresswoman Luistro, who participated in the hearings. Remember, siyang
All right.
isang isang intelligent member of the house na who asked questions sa mga resource persons. In her own
Right.
view, ang pwedeng charges, I think she was thinking of the criminal aspect, not the impeachment impeachment aspect, but the criminal aspect that can be filed in court. And so she said,
Even better.
perjury, bribery and graft and corruption, and plunder. Tatlo.
Aha.
And then,
My goodness.
alam mo, matipid magsalita kung minsan si Congresswoman Luistro at I can understand because she would not like to preempt what would happen next. Pero as I said, magaling magtanong lalo na sa follow-up si Pinky Webb. Tinanong niya kung kung walang charges na may pipila kay Vice President Duterte, Sara Duterte, if no charges are not filed against her, will you be disappointed? That was the question.
Oh, okay. So, no.
Ito ang sagot niya.
Sagot ni...
Ito ang
Okay.
sagot. Ang ganda ng sagot niya. I will be disappointed, Pinky, if no charges are filed. Wow!
Of course.
Coming from a lawyer who participated, an insider in the investigation, actually, in the committee hearing.
Of course, precisely.
So, she saw and she witnessed how things unraveled during the investigation, during the House hearings.
Right.
And then, why? Yun yata ang tanong ni Pinky Webb. Why do you say so? Because there is overwhelming evidence.
Correct. Precisely.
Yun.
Absolutely.
There is overwhelming evidence, sabi niya.
Right.
Coming from a lawyer.
Marami.
But still,
If I'm not a lawyer, but
but still,
prima facie evidence.
I would venture to say, again, for the interest of fair play, that's
Yeah.
one side of the coin. The other
Right.
side on Vice President Sara. So, in as much as she wants to participate in the impeachment trial, if it prospers, I think that's the right attitude, and that will give her a chance
Correct. Of course.
to defend herself and disprove
Yes.
the
Of
overwhelming
course.
evidence.
Yeah,
Quote
overwhelming.
unquote.
Andyan na lahat.
Yeah.
Andyan yung circumstantial evidence, nandiyan yung prima facie evidence. Lahat na, nandun na lahat, Ted. Um, kaya kailangan natin ito. I think this is thing came up para matauhan na tayong mga Pilipino. Kasi kung hindi ito mangyayari, yung mga susunod na leaders natin gagawin pa rin. Kaya kailangan mangyari ito para to get rid of those leaders, even how powerful you are, even if your father was president or even if you are vice president, walang pinipiling hustisya, Ted.
Yeah,
Kailangan managot.
I understand your feeling kasi ganyan dito sa Amerika, di ba? Even
Yeah.
even President
Managot.
Trump was
Ay,
convicted,
yes.
di ba?
Of
Walang
course, he was convicted twice.
nobody is above the law dito sa Amerika.
Yeah.
Kahit
Yeah.
former president ka,
I know, yes.
you can be charged in court and convicted, just like in the case
Yeah.
of Donald Trump.
Yeah. The rule of law
Although
should be upheld.
nakabitin pa yan yung sentencing niya
Yeah.
because of his incoming assumption into office as president, and so the sentencing is postponed. But there is another guy who is also a political figure. You remember Steve Bannon?
Oh, yeah.
Steve Bannon.
They're the same kind.
Steve Bannon was the chief strategist and senior counselor to President Trump during his first term, di ba? But
Yeah, he was jailed for 4 months
he was convicted for, I think, 6 months.
and jailed for 4 months. 4 months.
And jailed. He was not only convicted, pero
He was jailed.
he suffered in jail. He was jailed for
Ganun din
4
si
months, right? So,
ganun din si Navarro, former Secretary of Trade, 4 months. Navarro, because
yes, also Secretary Navarro.
because they ignored this subpoena for them to appear in Congress as resource person.
Yeah, for contempt
They
of
contempt of Congress. Hindi natakot yung mga ating mambabatas kahit na you are the most powerful elected official in the Philippines, whether you are the vice president, congressman, senator, or former president. Napuna ko sa ating mga legislators, congressmen, hindi na sila natatakot dahil nagising na rin sila, palagay ko.
At saka,
gising na rin sila, hindi na sila natatakot kung sino ka man. Kaya nung narinig ko na nung medyo nag-iiba na yung tono ni President Duterte, we should have whoever the protocol of this hearing should be upheld. We don't care whoever you are. So hindi na sila natatakot at ganun ang attitude ng isang mambabatas, Ted.
yeah.
Whoever you are, you should apply the rule of law in this hearing.
Exactly. Yes, as we were saying, dito sa Amerika, nobody is above the law.
Yeah. Ganun din sana sa Pilipinas.
Sino ka man, just like as we discussed kanina, si ex-President Trump,
Yeah.
he was convicted. And then Steve Bannon was convicted and he suffered his sentence in jail for 4 months, right?
Of course.
For failure, for contempt of the Senate, because he did not cooperate with the Senate when he was called to testify. And that's the reason why he was sentenced for 4 months. And then,
right.
if you remember, meron pang isang powerful figure naman sa Amerika. Maalala ko, a certain congressman, state congressman. You remember? I forgot his name. Is Chinese-sounding state congressman many years ago. He was also sentenced.
Oh, okay. So
Bago pa lang sa Amerika ako noon. state what you call that? Assemblyman yata ang tawag doon, ano? Sa state
Assemblyman siguro.
member of a state congress. So that we are saying here, mga kababayan, no one is above the law in America.
Correct. Yeah.
So dapat sa lahat ng democratic countries like the Philippines, no man should be above the law. No person should be above the law.
Dapat ganun. Anyone can manipulate the laws. Anyone can manipulate the rules of law. Wala na mangyayari. Kahit na anong gawin mo, kung talagang ikinukubli nila or hindi nila ma-explain, it's so obvious na meron silang ginawang hindi karapat-dapat, na meron silang ginawang kabulastugan na hindi dapat sanang nilang gawin. Kaya kailangan may forward na ito sa Senate para lalong imbestigahan ng mga judges para mahanap kung nagsasabi sila ng totoo or hindi nagsasabi ng katotohanan. So doon natin malalaman. Kaya importanteng talagang karoon tayo ng impeachment for this betrayal of public trust para malaman natin kung talagang saan napunta yung pera. Dahil hindi naman ito pera pera ng mamamayang Pilipino. So dapat
Exactly.
nilang ma-explain. At saka kung para hindi na maulit ito, Ted.
Yeah, exactly.